Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to day 2 of this van build. Just a little bit of a recap for you. Me and my brother, we bought this van last week for £2,000, an ex-Amazon delivery van. Can you just tell me a little bit more about the vehicle and stuff? What's it been used for?
I was used it from Amazon.
And we have 10 days to convert it into what you see right now, an empty van with nothing inside, and we're driving it over to the Euros. If you didn't watch the last video to see us actually start the van build, make sure to go and check out that. Oh dear, that's not good. In here, I think is a bottle of piss. Whoever that is. Ed has already been an extremely busy boy while I've been editing the videos, and we're trying to work out the layout of the roof, because here are our solar panels, which are 400 watts, and it's absolutely massive. We bought the skylight from Amazon, and we also bought the fan from Amazon, and we're now just trying to work out if everything is going to fit. We're not going to have any windows in this van, so we're trying to maximize as much light on top of the van as we possibly can. The solar panels are massive. They go from the top or the front of the van all the way to the back. And Ed's already been measuring up this morning to see if we can work out if our skylight will fit in, which we think it will just about. So we're just trying to come up with a bit of a plan, and I think we could then get this stuck down and then these cut out and in place, and then everything can be watertight, and then we can start insulating and all of that jazz. Lots to do, not a lot of time.
It's going to be a wee bit tight.
It is. Nice thing about this skylight, by the way, you'll have to imagine that this is the inside of the van. It's got a fly net and also a blackout blind, and then just a normal skylight which you can pop open. And then the fan as well, I don't think that actually has a cover with it, but it doesn't really matter. Does it have a cover? No, it doesn't. We might have to just cover it with a pillow or something. Does the job. So to kick off the installation of the skylight, we needed to take some simple-ish measurements to make sure we installed it square, nice and flat, and in the right place.
That's miles out.
What are you on about? It's not miles out. You've just measured the bloody thing anyway.
Right, hang on. Hold it.
We can allow
through it again.
Yeah, we can allow a little bit of wiggle room.
We can't.
Of course we can. I'm not shoving in a fan. And cutting out shards of metal just because you've cut it too tight. The first thing we're going to do is drill a pilot hole. Do you agree, Ed?
Si, Capitan.
Good.
Welcome on how not to use an impact drill.
This is an impact
Oh,
drill.
there's no impact drill. There we go.
Right, and drill a small hole first. Now we're going to go for the big boy.
The chunky monkey.
One hole in the van.
One hole outside of the lines we marked.
Don't worry, we want it a little bit bigger. This one's going to be even further out. Oh, this freaking hot metal. Grab the Hoover, can you?
Do you want a tissue?
Don't have a metal drill bit, blade. I think this is for wood.
We're not using that then.
Well, I haven't got another one.
You joking?
No.
Well, let's do it tomorrow then.
No, we've got stuff to do.
Yeah, we can figure out other shit.
No, we can't. Let's just get it done.
No, that's gonna cut through it. Safety first, kiddos.
My ears are ringing. Definitely wear safety.
Oh, where's mine?
That's better, I can't hear you now.
Look at the size of that vein.
I've got a vein popping out, have I? It's my vein. It's my concentration. It's my concentration vein. Is it popping out?
You've got about 3 of them.
I'm a psycho. Tell you what, I've done a pretty good job at cutting this bang on the line.
We'll see once it's in, matey. Don't you worry. Don't count your chickens until they're hatched.
Whoa! Hey!
Whoa, Eddie boy!
The first hole in the van. Hopefully it's in the right place. How many veins have I got coming out now? My old face has gone
That
red.
is a scary thing right there. I've had nightmares.
Let's hoover it up and check it bloody fits.
The moment of truth.
This is the moment of truth. Your measurements, not mine.
Here we go. No accountability by Will's whereabouts.
I always take accountability, but they weren't actually my measurements. Ooh, okay. See, that's why you need a bit of play, my friend. It would go in there, I just need to take a little bit more off. Second attempt.
And she fits like a glove.
Right, that one is in. No movement, nice and snug. Hopefully, this just slots straight in. If he gets it the right way round.
It should do the same. There we go, ducky.
Yeah, is that in?
Gorgeous.
Yeah?
Bloody Nora.
Nice. Happy days. So annoyingly, we haven't got any butyl tape, which is basically what you put underneath the square that we've just cut out of the fan, so that you press it down, no water can seep through. I used to have some, but I've run out, so I need to go to Wickes or somewhere to grab some. But we're going to crack on with cutting out the fan hole and, yeah, just tidying a few things up on the roof. I'd love to get the fan and the actual skylight installed today. Then the roof is kind of done. We can check if everything is watertight, and then it's insulation, wiring, and everything else. With the first skylight in, it was time to repeat the exact same process, but this time with the fan, drilling and cutting out another big hole in the roof. What's happened here then? Is it mine as well? Is it?
You are shocking. A couple mil.
Really?
Yeah.
Fitting this second fan has taken probably triple the time that it took to fit the first one. We've had to do a bit of, what's that saying? I did the first one. It's because you told me to make it 43 mil when I knew I should have gone 43.5 mil, which gives us a bit of room to play. But Mr. Ed wanted it as tight as a duck's arse, so that we've had to take and cut little by little off. Ridiculous. You agree though, you know I'm right. You do, you just said it.
I'm always right.
Now the two holes in the roof of the van are cut out. We don't have some butyl tape, like I said earlier, to stick it down, so we're going to save that for tomorrow. Next plan of action is to get some sound deadening and some insulation in here if we can, because we need to get our asses into gear. So hopefully we're going to sound deaden a bit of the floor. We'll then sound deaden some of the panels, which basically reduces all of this tinny sound on the van, but that actually doesn't sound too bad. We haven't decided on a layout yet, but we're going to do that once we've done a little bit more progress on the actual inside. What time is it? 4:30 on the second day already, and not a lot has happened apart from two holes have been cut. We've got plenty of recycled bottled insulation, which is going to cover the walls.
Saving the planet one day at a time.
These are the sound deadening sheets, which you can use in multiple different ways. You can cut them into strips and place them on the floor to reduce the noise and the tinny sound from the floor, or on these big sheets of metal on the sides, you can literally just stick them on, because they've got a sticky back peel, which is super sticky. So the thing is, this does take a little bit of time. We don't need to go mad on it, because this actually adds extra weight to the vehicle, but it would be good to reduce some of the tinny sound in this van. So we'll kind of figure out what we need to do, how much we need to use, and job should be a good one. So we both started to stick these sound deadening sheets onto different parts of the van, which do help to reduce road noise and just make the vehicle a little bit quieter in general. They're so easy to install, and after about 5 minutes, we'd done one side already. So we've just done one side of the van, all sound deadened up. Ed has basically finished the wheel arch, and just to show you the difference in sound, it's not massive, and you might not be able to pick it up on camera, but it basically removes all of the tinniness. So sounds quite tinny up there, but I need to do the ceiling. That's very hollow. Whereas if we go over to this side, which hasn't got any sound deadening, You can hear it?
It's like
You
an
can hear it,
echoing.
It's a little bit more echoey, a bit more of a vibration. So the sound deadening will mostly kill the majority of that noise. So ceiling's next, floor, next wheel arch, and then sound deadening is pretty much done. This stuff, by the way, compared to some of the other stuff I think that Ed mentioned he'd used in his van in Australia, it's very malleable. It's not stiff at all, which is nice. It makes it far easier to kind of get around awkward shapes. And then you could cut it to size, like Ed is doing now for the wheel arch. So we continued on to do the rest of the sides and also the ceiling, and I reckon in about half an hour, most of the sound deadening was done. Right, I think I've sound deadened everything that I can. Have you finished your bit?
Si, senor. Like John Terry once said. Nailed it.
You idiot. The last lemon or melon. What is it? Lemon or melon?
Dandelion.
The last dandelion.
Oh, yummo! A dandelion. Must be the last one of the season.
Right, I would say we are pretty well done. Does that make any sense? At sound deadening. The sound deadening done. This is where it starts to look like a spaceship. So that is already original sound deadening up there in the cab, in the bulkhead. So it should sound hopefully now a lot less tinny and far more quiet. Now with the walls and ceiling all done, we started on the floor. For this, we just cut the sheets into small strips and then place them where necessary. The edges on the aluminium can be quite sharp, so be careful. Right, all of the sound deadening is done. Floors, walls, ceiling. Sounds a lot tinnier. No. Sounds a lot more hollow.
It's been a long day, chaps.
It hasn't been a long day, but
Ladies,
it sounds better.
ladies as well.
The tinning,
Ladies as well.
The tinniness has gone. Now what we're going to do, I've got some Dodo Thermo liner, which is 6mm thick. Again, it's the same thing I used on my van. We're gonna, Ed's got to go in half an hour. What's that saying about doing half a day's work? Anyway, you're gonna cut this to shape to fit the wheel arches and hopefully get the flooring of this down today. This will help with insulation, help with more sound deadening, and then tomorrow we'll come back and also get the walls done with this, and then it should be ready to go for insulation, for cables to be run, and we're in quite a good place. But day 2 has been quite slow.
Smooth like butter.
Oh, forgot to press the stop button.
Jesus Christ almighty. Our poor flooring. The good thing about keeping the offcuts is that we can use it as a template. Ooh. I tell you what, many lessons have been learned since the first van build, because I never kept the floor when I did it the first time, and it was a nightmare to cut around stuff. But now look, that's cut out, so this is going to fit in perfectly. Look at that.
Like a glove.
Bang on. Perfecto.
Just ask them tomorrow.
No.
Yeah.
No, let's just do it. It's not going to make a difference.
Of course it will.
I'm now trying to decide, because I didn't use this on the floor previously. I used a different liner. I think it's not going to matter if we put that on the floor. It's not going to do anything. If anything, it's going to insulate it, and that'll be it. And then we've still got enough to put around the walls. The dilemmas. We've just cut that lovely shape out as well, and it looks so pretty. Let's just stick it down.
Dodo, what do you reckon?
Dodo, if you're watching, let me know. Probably using your products wrong. Oh, by the way, if you want any of these products, like the sound deadening, like the thermo liner and the insulation that we're going to put in here, then you can head over to the Dodo website and use the discount code WHEELS10 at checkout to get yourself 10% off. Here he is, Mr. Arts and Crafts. I don't quite know what he's doing. I've just asked him, what are you doing? And I still don't know. What are you doing?
Figure it out. Taking all the measurements at once. So you don't
Taking all the measurements of what?
look at that, that's the length.
Oh, right. You mean you're going to measure now and put the measurements on that?
Yep, and then cut.
Okay, here we go. He's quite clever, this brother of mine. Far more intelligent than me. I got the looks. He got the brains, apparently. I also got the football... I got the footballing ability because we've had that debate for the last 29 years. Who's the better footballer?
21 years.
I said 29 years, I think.
There we go.
Vamos, vamos. Time is off the essence. Off of the essence. How well have you cut this then? Ooh, not bad, that. Not bad, Ducky. So with this next step of applying the Dodo thermoliner to the majority of the walls and the ceiling in the van, it takes a little bit longer to get things cut to specific shapes, but also the stuff is so sticky, so as soon as it touches a surface, it sticks right to it, so it takes a bit of getting used to. Very sticky. But for the first time, me and Ed were working as a proper team. He was cutting and passing me the cutouts, and I had the easy job of sticking them onto the panels. Wow, look at this, boys! This is perfect! It's a very satisfying job as well because it gives the inside of the van a nice clean look to it and also covers up any lumps and bumps. Look at this, the dream team is in action.
One team, one dream.
In a matter of half an hour you can completely transform the way the van looks. And then it actually starts to make you feel like you've done a lot. Look at that, look at that. Beautiful stuff. Look at that. You like it, don't you? You like it? You like it? I think it looks good, even though you're never going to see it. Just a bit of a clean-up job left to do. And 1/3 of the insulation reflectic stuff is on the wall. Well, just like that, day 2 is over. Ed has gone home. I'm just going to stay another half an hour and clean the workshop. But a bit of a slow day, like I said, but at least we got all of the sound deadening done. We've at least started to add the thermoliner to insulate it. We've cut the 2 holes out. This is really annoying. I'm gonna have to do something about that. We've cut the 2 holes out, ready for tomorrow morning for the fan and the skylight, so we can whack them straight in. One thing I'm remembering to bear in mind is that everything, and I mean everything, takes 2 times longer or 3 times longer than you initially planned. This morning when I woke up and I got here, I thought, yes, we can insulate, we can run electrics, we can even put some battens in. But unfortunately, that just isn't the case. I'm gonna head home now and try and edit this video. So I've got another 4 or 5 hours of work after spending 8 hours at the workshop. So if you guys are enjoying these videos, enjoying the 10-day van build of this ex-Amazon delivery van to take over to Germany in the Euros, we've got 8 days left starting from tomorrow. And tomorrow is probably the most exciting day for me so far because we've got a mechanic coming.
So I can come down to you Thursday, sort of midday, mid-afternoon. In regards to obviously coming down and looking at it, so...
And fingers crossed it means that this van will actually get us to Germany and back. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow with day 3.